Hi, y'all. I wanted to share that I am delighted and elated to see the many folks who are joining these metaphysical Facebook groups. The growth is coming forth in leaps and bounds, and it is such a pleasure to know that people are realizing that religion, and I'm not just talking about Christianity, that religion overall is limiting. And all religions do have some truths contained in them. I don't deny that. However, the metaphysical world acknowledges that we have our unique individual signature style journeys, and it really is about being on board with finding out what is authentically our lanes. And no two people think alike. And a lot of religions teach us to conform to certain quote unquote commandments and man made traditions and mandates. And that is not how the metaphysical universal rhythm is in the ideal as far as how we are to journey. So again, I am deeply pleased to see people who recognize that there's more to life than following someone else's dictates and doctrines and decrees. Yes, we need to search for and discover what uniquely suits and fits us and where we're progressing going forward. Full speed ahead, full throttle, with none of those nonsense limitations placed upon us. Years ago, before any Bible or any kind of so-called sacred books hit the scene, people knew instinctively how to adhere to universal and natural laws. Indigenous peoples in regions of this world still know instinctively what is right and what is wrong. And of course, there are consequences for whatever actions we perform. When we don't operate in love motions, the universe lets us know that it is displeased with our actions, and the consequences are administered accordingly. So, this is for some of the newbies. I had one that come in my inbox today indicating that she was leaving the Christian community. I'm not going to use her name because she may not want that revealed. But I just want to say to you, precious, yes, shed those religious skins. And I'm pleased that the many folks who are exiting not just Christianity, but other religions that are rigid in their practices. And some of them are borderline abusive, and some of them are full-fledged abusive in how they treat people. So, welcome to the metaphysical pleasures. And yes, challenges will still confront us. We'll still get pushed back. Some folks call us crazy. I was called crazy recently, and I responded, yep, I'm crazy like a fox. I believe in being me authentically regardless. However, I do not believe in trespassing on the spiritual postures of others, nor do I believe in allowing them to trespass on mine. We can use love as a particular centering base because love in demonstration transcends, I should say, all of the differences. So I have Christians in my family who I love and they love me, and I respect that they are where they are positioned. That's what works for them, and this works for me. I departed Christianity for a reason, and I am in a place of no regrets, no apologies. I'm going to be me despite any objections. But again, I don't have to bulldoze on people. I don't have to get indignant. I can just, let it be known that I make no apologies or excuses for embracing the power and the freedom and liberation that is contained in metaphysical living. And the metaphysical was here before any religions anyway. A lot of people back in the day, ages ago, they practiced tuning in, embracing the elements, fire, air, water, and earth. And that's what I want to get more into. Communing with nature, the trees and things that live, all has energy. And I want to respect and honor the energies. And I don't believe in worshiping any deities. That's just not my particular style, but I don't disregard how other people choose to do their practices. But I like how Sure Star Goddess put it. She indicated that she does not worship deities, but she uses the characteristics of them. and she considers them aspects, energies, and ideas that she employs in her practices to get the results that she deems suitable for whatever the circumstances that are presented. And I am comfortable with that as well. You know, Beyonce has her, I guess you call it an alter ego, Sasha Fierce. She brings Sasha Fierce out when she performs. And that helps her to put on the shows that generate all of that admiration and fan flavor. So I have my own alter egos that I created. I wouldn't call them alter egos. I guess that's what Beyonce calls hers, but I call them my own inner guides. And I commune with them. I created them. They help me, and we share and care. And I commune also with my ancestral lineage, my mother and grandmother, and even the ancestral lineages that are not related to me from the bloodline standpoint, but nonetheless, they're still ancestors. So anyone that's not into the ancestral knowledge, I would recommend that you certainly do so because it's quite beneficial. And also, those that don't already do it, daily meditation, if you want to truly go higher in the magical, metaphysical world, daily meditation is vital. It is considered a necessity because that's when quite a bit of information gets downloaded into us, ideas and solutions, and it helps our creative juices to flow. It provides guidance. It gives us warnings and alerts. It shares with us much that is helpful as far as our elevation and evolution in this journey that we travel. And no two people are alike, so you have to make sure to go into your meditation exercises with the mindset that you are a unique individual, and learning from others is quite helpful, but it is not to be depended upon. And don't take anyone's word for what they tell you, including me, without doing your own research, examination, investigations. But just don't dismiss information because you don't understand it. Because when I was a Christian, I was quite limited because I didn't pretty much research anything outside of the boundaries of Christianity when it came to my religious spiritual posture, and I missed so much. A lot of Christians believe that damn near everything is evil except Christianity, and that is just nonsense. And I learned to delve and to probe further, and that's how I got my liberation movement going. Of course, we're always ever learning, going on to learn and discover more, living and learning and amending as deemed fit and necessary. We're never at the level where we don't need to be students and teachers. So I would recommend people to get involved in learning about the moon phases. There's a great book, it's inexpensive, available on Amazon. It's called Moon Spells. I have it, and it helps you to do your spells and various rituals in accordance with the cycles of the moon and the phases of the moon and so forth. And also, there's a great book that Ashura Star Goddess recommended. It's called The Complete Idiot's Guide to Alchemy. I highly recommend that. I have it. I've almost finished reading it. And it is quite insightful. It has empowered me to have that knowledge under my belt, so to speak. Also, learn about the planetary influences, astrology. It goes deeper than what you read in the newspapers. Find out about numerology, sacred geometry. A lot of what's going on in the universal rhythm is attached to and it embraces sacred geometry. I would recommend that you do those foundational things, fundamental things. And also we have here in this video these pendulums. A lot of people have not used them, don't have any. I highly recommend their usage. They are on point as long as you are overall aligned with the universal and natural laws and use them for those purposes of advancing the universal movements. The pendulums do answer accurately. I would not depend on them for everyday usage. That's just my particular style. But when I do use mine, I can say for sure they are on point with bullseye swings to the yes, swings to the no, and firm correspondence. And here you also see a pendant. It's the Baphomet. I would suggest those that don't know what Baphomet is to research Baphomet. And that pendant represents duality. A lot of Christians and other religious folks believe that represents something evil. It does not. It represents the saying, as above, so below, the masculine and feminine energies. And so I have it, and it is strengthening and enlightening and helpful indeed. And also, the folks that are gung ho about casting spells for revenge and to get back at people, some folks need to slow your rolls in that regard. Don't get excessive in it, because it can be unhealthy if you're not centered and balanced in your metaphysical practices. The main magical spells that I do are spells for me to transform myself to become more aligned with the universe and its rhythm, and delighting with the universe is pleased with, and delighting the universe, I should say. So, the main spells I would recommend that you do are on you. Like Michael Jackson's song says, dealing with the man in the mirror and make that change. Yes, a lot of times if we change ourselves or allow ourselves to be transformed to higher levels and dimensions, a lot of the toxic matter that exists and comes forward will put us in states of being unbothered. It's not even worth a damn spell, because you have made it non-existent. It has not interrupted your flow, your space, or distracted you from your missions to be accomplished. So sometimes it's about our own attitudes rising above, not considering ourselves better than others, but considering ourselves going to levels beyond this standard, mundane, basic 3D existence that a lot of people are camped in. And that's, their choice, and they have to be respected for making their own choices. But when we're metaphysically earnest, we don't want to invest too much time, valuable time, dealing with swatting away bullshit flies, so to speak. We have more worthwhile pursuits to indulge in, people, for real, for real. And there are also dimensions when we can get to where we can become overall invincible, and that can be irreversible. Even with the challenges, we can be invincible, and the challenges and the arrows that are shot our way will not penetrate us to our core levels. They will, fly our way, but they won't prosper, because we have learned how to put ourselves in zones that we are damn unbothered. Really. So, thank y'all for listening, and just pursue what is best for you and learn your unique signature styles, and don't make any apologies for being who you are. Don't be afraid to express who you are. Those who can come out of the closet, do so with no remorse, no regrets. And the Christians who are in your spiritual comfort zones, really ask yourselves, can you be super duper comfortable without the restrictions of what man has made and placed upon you? I'm just saying. I love you regardless, though. And I love all people who are authentic, no matter what you choose to do. If you are authentic, I may not agree with your choices, but I can respect and love you anyhow, because love truly transcends everything if we operate in it accordingly. In placement, delighting the universal movements. Thank y'all for listening. Bye now.